Hello everyone and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video. Michael's caught in an explosion at Sunny Sluicy welcomes Windermere's new owner home. And an explosion sends Michael up in flames. Today on General Hospital, Drew professes his love to Willow. Portia bans Cyrus from General Hospital. And Jack gets the goods on Cyrus. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. Ashes to ashes, whose lives will go up in flames along with General Hospital's Michael? Lucy sets the scene at Windermere to welcome the new owner. She then opens the door to none other than Jen Sidwell. She welcomes him, and he tells her that she's as beautiful as her voice is over the phone. She shows him around and asks what he thinks about Spoon Island now that he's seen it in person. He calls it extraordinary. She picked up some things to make his first night feel at home. She has a gift basket for him and a copy of her guidebook. He assumes she must have unrivaled knowledge of the city and its inhabitants. Lucy doesn't like to brag, but says it's true. Lucy says she knows he'll love Port Charles, but he insists he will be very busy with his work, so he doubts he'll be socializing much. Lucy offers to introduce him to the most essential members of Port Charles society. He tells her that's kind and invites her to enjoy some champagne with him. Lucy tells him if he wants to get to know the city, he should start with drinks at the Metro Court Hotel. She says Carly Spencer and Olivia Quartermain own it. She can also introduce him to Congressman Drew Quartermain, stating the Quartermains are very influential in town. Lucy remembers she has one more gift for him and hands him a box. He opens it, and it's an expensive poker chip set. She says she recalled he mentioned he was an avid player. Eventually, Lucy heads out, but not before Jen suggests he take her out one night. She naturally accepts. Once alone, Jen dances around the living room. More, soap's biggest stories of 2024. At the hospital, Lucas asks Portia if the rumors are true, and Liz has been suspended. She admits it is true. He fumes that Liz would never hurt a patient. She agrees but doesn't want the hospital to make Liz a scapegoat, so this is for Liz's own good. Meanwhile, Cyrus confronts Isaiah, knowing he was the surgeon who saved Lulu's life. He asks how it feels to play God. Isaiah says the first thing you learn as a surgeon is not to play God. Cyrus thinks Jordan's poor view of him has swayed Isaiah. He says he was a horrible man once, but not anymore, and they are both doing God's work now. Brad spots them talking, walks up, and calls Cyrus an animal who deserves to be in prison for trying to kill his best friend. Cyrus reminds Brad that none of them are without sin. Brad calls him a murderer and tells Isaiah how Cyrus tried to give Britt an overdose of the drug he was pushing on the streets. Portia and Lucas show up, and Lucas drags Brad off to calm him down. Isaiah says it's clear Jordan isn't alone in her dislike of Cyrus. He walks off, and Portia informs Cyrus that he is no longer welcome in this hospital. Cyrus tells Portia that she can't kick him out. He is an emissary for the mission's rehabilitation program. She tells him that he makes her staff uncomfortable, so he is done, and she'll be calling the mission about him. He gets in an elevator and departs in anger. Elsewhere, Lucas tries to calm Brad down. Brad assumes Lucas thinks he's a hypocrite, as he's asking everyone for a second chance when he's not offering Cyrus the same. Lucas says they are not the same. Cyrus is a drug-dealing murderer, and he is a good man who makes bad decisions. More, who will Cyrus target next? In the dark, Joss packs up Dex's apartment. Trina tells her they can leave this for tonight, but Joss says waiting to pack up Dex's life isn't going to make doing it any easier. Trina says they'll find a way to get her through this pain. Joss says the way through is for the person who killed Dex to be caught and punished. She needs answers. Trina says even if she gets the answers, she won't miss Dex any less. Joss vents that Dex was just getting a new start on his life, and the monster who killed him needs to be punished. Trina asks what she thinks she can do that the PCPD can't. Joss tells her about asking Jack for help, but it is a no-go. Eventually, Joss gets everything packed up save for one drawer. Trina heads down to the car, and Joss finds a gun. He calls someone on the phone and demands they get him the satellite footage the day Dex was killed. Colette appears to apologize. Brennan says she was supposed to tail Valentine, not shoot at him. He says now Valentine knows they tracked him down, so explain herself. Colette never planned to shoot him, but when Dante arrived, she panicked. She feared the local police would get involved and Valentine would be arrested, so she took the shot. She says Valentine is a liability and wonders why Jack wants to keep him alive. He reminds her that he's her supervisor, so stop supervising him. When Brennan learns Charlotte is still with Valentine, he believes she's the key to leading them to Valentine again, as no teen can resist using technology. Later, alone, Jack pulls up the satellite footage sent to him. On it he can see Dex being stabbed, but it's too dark to see much. He works to enhance the image and realizes Cyrus took out Dex. More. Could Michael's tragedy reunite Carly and Sonny? Martin drops by Laura's office to see if she wants dinner, but he can clearly see from her expression that something has happened. Laura just finished talking to Lulu. Lulu found Charlotte, but then lost her. She tells him what Lulu told her. Martin says at least Valentine let Charlotte see Lulu. Laura points out people are trying to kill Valentine, which puts Charlotte in danger. Martin tells Laura that he's confident Charlotte will reach out to Lulu again, which will help them bring her home. In the warehouse, Carly tells Jason that she just got a call from Willie. He's fine, but Willow's lost her damn mind. She rants that Wiley couldn't wait to tell her about staying in Uncle Drew's hotel with his mommy. She says this is about Drew wanting to get Willow into his bed. Jason tells her that this is between Michael and Willow. Carly says he's wrong, that she trusted Willow with Michael's heart, and that she'll never forgive her for smashing it to pieces. Jason again says Michael is an adult, and all they can do is support him. Jason tells her that he needs to get to Sonny's and hopes she'll be okay. She says she will and has dinner plans with Lucas. In a DC hotel room, Drew is in a towel, and Willow is in a nightgown. She receives papers that Michael has filed for divorce. He puts on a shirt and looks over the papers. Michael wants custody, and she will get supervised visits. Drew never thought Michael would resort to calling her a bad mother. Willow says this is about Michael getting revenge for her choosing to be with Drew. Drew feels responsible for this, but Willow says it's not his fault. Obviously, Michael saw the photos of her with him and Wiley, and Michael was hurt. She says Nina was right, that this will get ugly, and how can Michael not win given his connections and money? Willow cries that she can deal with Michael and his family hating her, but she can't lose her kids. Drew promises her that she won't. He says she has Nana, Martin and him, and they will fight for her. Willow cries if Michael uses the footage of them, he could get kicked out of office. He doesn't care, and he will be by her side as long as she wants him. Willow calls Martin with an update, and he says no court will take kids from their mother and suggests they meet tomorrow. Willow says she should be back by then. Martin asks where she is. She admits she's in DC with Drew. Martin winces. After she gets off the phone, Willow says Martin wasn't surprised by Michael's tactics. Drew says Martin is a good lawyer. Willow knows Drew always tells her the truth, even when it's hard, so will this cost him his seat? He doesn't think so, as what they did isn't illegal. He can't believe she is thinking about him when she has so much going on, calling her amazing. She says if he loses his seat, it will make all this so much worse. Drew says if he does, he will still be able to do good. Also, nothing, not even his seat, is more important than the fact that he loves her. Back in Laura's office, she can see Martin is upset. He vents about one of his clients making stupid decisions and his job even more difficult. More. Does Michael die? Carly heads to the Port Charles Grill and grabs a table. As she drinks, she calls Lucas, but he has to work late and can't make it. Suddenly, Jack appears and asks if she has room for one more. At Sonny's penthouse, Michael tells his father that his marriage is over. Sonny asks what has changed from when they last spoke. Michael says Willow took Wiley with her and Drew to DC. He will do whatever it takes to stay in the lives of his children. Michael says Diane's advice was to go for an aggressive first strike, and then, hopefully, they can negotiate shared custody. Sonny says that is smart, but warns his son when he starts to get angry to take it out on who is to blame. Asks if Drew taking Willow and Wiley to DC is payback for Michael taking Aurora from him. Michael assumes so, And Willow has this need to see Drew as a hero. He also thinks Nina will do whatever she can to keep Willow and the kids with her. Michael never thought he and Willow would get here. Michael has a theory about how it all went so wrong. He believes Willow survives by becoming who other people want her to be. Michael realizes Willow first fell for Chase, as he could protect her from Shiloh. And then Willow's love for Wiley led her to him. Now she's met Drew, who helped save her life, so she's gravitated towards him. Michael never noticed the pattern until now. Sonny tells him that he has to fight for his kids. Michael would never take the kids for Willow, but he can't let Willow and Drew push him out of their lives. Jason soon arrives and asks Michael if he's okay, as he heard about Willow and Wiley. Michael says he's okay. Sonny tells Michael that he's not alone in this. Michael offers to leave them to talk, but they tell him to stay here, and they can talk outside. In the hall, Jason tells Sonny he needs to fly down for a meeting with some business associates, but Sonny refuses to leave his family right now. Back in Sonny's penthouse, an explosion occurs. Michael goes up in flames as Jason and Sonny burst in. They can't reach him, and Jason pushes Sonny into the hall and tells him to call 911. On the next General Hospital, the ABC soap is preempted for news. On Wednesday, Jason and Sonny desperately try to save Michael. Watch GH on Hulu $7.99. Bye now.